Good evening. Devon has been chosen as one of 5 areas to pilot a new project aimed at tackling excessive alcohol consumption. The scheme aims to raise awareness of the damage drink can cause, depression, higher rates of cancer, stroke and liver disease, and is targeted at the over 50s. Well, Kirk England met a lady who spoke frankly about how her drinking reached dangerous levels.
Until recently, when Julie wanted to relax at home, it was with a glass of wine. At 58, she finally accepted she was drinking too much.
Oh, it's just a couple of glasses of wine, it's not going to hurt. And then, as my body got used to 1 bottle of wine, it was creeping up. Ended up as 3 bottles of wine, like most nights. And, well, I just felt ill all the time, the whole time, because I was hungover every day.
This new campaign in Devon is targeting the growing number of over 50s who are drinking excessively. Alcohol affects us all differently, but the government has set out recommended limits. For men, it's 3 to 4 units a day, which is around 1.5 pints of normal strength lager or cider. Now for women, it's 2 to 3 units a day, which is around 1 glass of wine that you might get in the pub. Now, if you're over 65, you should be drinking even less than that. So, what do people think about how much they are drinking?
We probably do drink a bit too much, but then again, with life as it is, you know, it's a case of sometimes that can be a nice cure for a little bit of stress as well.
I have about a glass of wine each night, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong in that.
I have known people that have been alcoholics, and I'm very aware of what I drink.
As well as work in communities highlighting the risks, there's also a helpline and one-to-one support. But
one of the things we want people to do is to really take note to the amounts that they're drinking and what they're drinking, but also some low-level ailments that people might notice: anxiety, depression, skin disorders, blood pressure, stomach problems, that might be a result of your drinking.
the campaign should help more people like Julie, who's now got her drinking under control.
I have a social drink very, very occasionally, but that's all it is now. I don't want to get drunk. I don't want to have those feelings back.
Kirk England, BBC Spotlight.
On to other news tonight, and the Police and Crime Commissioner for Avon and Somerset has spoken of her anguish about not being able to reveal the details of her Chief Constable's misconduct. Sue Mount-Stevens still has to decide what punishment should be handed down to Nick Gargan, who's been found guilty of 8 charges. And tonight we can reveal he's returned to work. Steve Brodie has been talking to the Crime Commissioner.
Ever since an independent panel found Chief Constable Nick Gargan guilty of 8 charges of misconduct, there's been a growing demand for what he actually did wrong to be made public. But legal reasons have prevented both the Commissioner and Nick Gargan from discussing them. Sue Mount-Stevens is yet to decide on which sanctions she should impose on the man she suspended 14 months ago, following complaints from 2 female members of staff.
It is a long process. It is very strictly regulated by Parliament, and we have not finished the misconduct process yet. When the sanction hearing is completed, then I will be publishing the report, I will be publishing the costs and my decision.
Commissioner, why can't you tell me, and why can't you tell the public why you can't reveal what charges Chief Constable Gargan has been found guilty of?
This goes against every fibre of my body not to be more open and transparent, but I am legally bound not to tell you any more.
Following an investigation by the Independent Police Complaints Commission and a hearing of the panel, the Chief Constable was found not guilty of allegations of gross misconduct. 3 weeks ago, his suspension was lifted. And as Nick Gargan began a return to work, including holding interviews for a new Deputy Chief, a growing number of retired police officers signed a petition calling for his sacking.
My main concern is for the welfare of the people I used to work with. I'm sure some of them would like to have a say and come forward, but they're working in a horrendous atmosphere at the moment, and I've spoken to quite a few of them. They are at risk of being disciplined should they like or comment upon anything. And as we know, a service relies on morale and confidence in leadership, and there is no confidence in the top.
This evening, the PCC's office said in a statement that Nick Gargan now won't be returning to work for the force until after next month's sanctions hearing, which decides on his punishment. Instead, he'll be working for the National Police Chiefs Council. Nick Gargan told the BBC he wanted the details of his offences to be made public immediately and couldn't see any reason why they should not.
Steve Brodie reporting on to other stories making the news in the southwest tonight. And a motorcyclist has died in an accident on the A38 near Tiverton. A car and a tanker were also involved in the collision, which took place near Brelescum this morning. 9 shellfish beds have now reopened in the region. The Food Standards Agency temporarily closed 25 premises due to high levels of E. coli contamination. And 2 large new groups of farmers in the southwest have applied to begin culling badgers. They're in North Dorset and North Devon and would, if approved, run alongside the cull in West Somerset. And just to let you know that a fire has broken out in Clitterford Road in Southway. The fire station at Crown Hill has confirmed it currently has 2 vehicles on the scene. The police are asking people to stay away. It's the old paper converting factory. That on fire tonight. We'll bring you all the very latest in our breakfast bulletins in the morning here on BBC Spotlight. In the meantime, here's Holly with the weather.
Thanks very much, Victoria. Good evening. We have had some very windy conditions through today. We're still seeing gusts around 40 miles per hour, but gradually as we head through tonight, we'll find those winds starting to ease down. Low pressure then sits out in the North Sea. That's pushing its way towards Scandinavia, and our isobars are starting to relax. So it is still a windy night, especially along the north coast, but slowly those winds are continuing to ease down. A shower or 2 perhaps through tonight, but largely dry and not as cold as it would be if we didn't have that breeze blowing through. Most places sticking in double figures. So into tomorrow, it's actually a much brighter day. Some good spells of sunshine around for tomorrow. Still a breezy day, and again, especially along that north coast, but certainly a less breezy day than today. Mostly, I think, a dry picture as well, but temperatures tending to struggle. 15, 16, 17 degrees, and when you factor in the breeze, it will feel cool for the time of year. Now, the coming days bring a lot of dry weather, actually, just a few showers around at times. Pretty breezy conditions over the next couple of days, but those breezes easing down as we head towards the middle and end of the week, giving us some chilly nights. A full UK forecast up in just a second. Bye from us, and I'll leave you with the summary.